What's up, y'all? It's another episode of Chasin Birdies, and it is our year episode today. Does that make sense?
It does. It's episode 201 because it's the first full year that we've made it.
Yeah. So it's been a journey, man. We are happy to be here. One more year around the sun, and thank y'all for listening to Chasin Birdies this past year.
Lots of ups and downs. Hopefully you made a lot of up and downs on the golf course, but
You do.
It's been a blast the last year, bringing some podcasts to your ears. And so we're really excited. Today's episode is brought to you by Lynx Brewing. Make sure you check them out at lynxbrewing.com. The Chasin Birdie Blonde Ale is out. And we want to thank our other sponsor, Nemacolin, for bringing it on board. It's at the resort. So make sure when you're at Nemacolin with your kids, with your girlfriend, fiance, wife, whoever it may be, go pick yourself up a Chasin Birdie Blonde Ale at the bar and go to the peak and kick your feet up.
It's cracking, man. It's cracking.
Well, who would have thought 1 year ago our first episode dropped on the way down to Pinehurst? Okay. 1 year later, episode 201 is dropping on the way to Pinehurst.
Hey, bud. Pinehurst might be the little magic sauce for us.
A little wheels up, putts down. Huh?
You ready, though? You got these new irons, these pings. They look like little butter knives.
I'm a little nervous. We got basically a new bag. Actually, that's something cool. Let's do that. What's in the bag, bud?
What's in the bag for me? I still have my Titleist irons. I still have my Titleist hybrids, my Sim 2, my new Bettinardi putter, which, by the way, folks, Bettinardi.com, by far the best putter I have ever putted with in my life. Granted, I was, specifically fitted for it, but so good. And my Vokey wedges, SM8s, going to try to make the transition over to some SM9s potentially, but the 8s are so good. I'm so used to them, so I'll probably just keep those rolling today and this year maybe. But
I have a lot of equipment changes, which I like that kind of. That's me. My first iron change in about 5 years. I was using the Ping I 210s. I now have the Ping butter knives, the Ping I 59s wedged to 6 iron, and then the 5.4 is the I 210s because I don't even want to attempt to hit the 5 and 4 iron. Bettinardi wedges, 50, 54, 60, PXG 2 iron.
That's a smoker right there, bud.
Sim 13.5 3-wood.
Yeah.
And then I'm using an 8-degree Rogue, Callaway Golf Rogue ST Triple Diamond is in the bag. And then, of course, the Bettinardi flat stick that it's been the longest tenured club in my bag. I've had it since actually the day that our good friend Vince Trocheck got married. So I think that's 3 years.
Yeah, dude, and it looks like it's in great condition. I'm looking at it right now, and you definitely have the nice orange grip going right now. So I love it. Bettinardi, shout out to y'all. Thank you again. Interesting fact is with these wedges, like this past year, I played my whole year without a pitching wedge. I've been using a 46-degree Vokey, which has been a game changer. So I know everyone out there that buys golf clubs, typically you get your 3-through wedge, maybe a 3-through sand wedge. But if you ever get a chance to throw in a Vokey or some other wedge at a 46-degree loft, highly recommend it. As you all know by now, Chasin Birdies is proud to be partners with Holderness and Bourne. Check them out online at hbgolf.com. Holderness and Bourne makes fabulous pieces that help you look good on the course, even if your game is not up to par. Check out their new arrivals now for this golf season. Also, head on over to chasinbirdies.com to get some custom Chasin Birdie gear from Holderness and Bourne. We'll continue to drop these pieces through every season. That's chasinbirdies.com and Holderness and Bourne at hbgolf.com. So here we are, 1 year later, Chasin Birdies.
Practice round today at Pine Needles, 11:10 ball in the air, Pine Needles Invitational.
Oh, man.
It was awesome, though. We threw a couple of ice-cold Chasin Birdie Blonde Ales on the plane.
We were able to bring beer on the plane.
Yeah.
And it's a nice thing sometimes. No more duck hooks this year, although I won't lie, I got to have a duck hook.
We'll have a couple.
And
and I'll hit a couple. So it's perfect.
So how you feeling about your partner, Brandon Katziff? I know that he's really excited about his new putting green. I think it's got some good slopes going on right there. I think that you guys could be in contention this year at the Pioneers Invite.
Yeah, I'm excited. The putting green needs tweaked a little bit. It's absolutely beautiful at his house. I mean, the lighting, everything is beautiful. I think James and Declan might have installed the actual physical green though.
It's just
So
dang, man.
But it is when it finally gets fixed, dude. That thing is going to be dynamite. I mean, he's got a patio. We can smoke cigars. The lighting around the green is so sick. And then he's got a little area to chip like wedges.
Yeah,
that's badass too.
That's so cool.
They just got to get the actual green dialed in. But I feel good, man, about my man. Sorry about that. Little Chasin Birdie Blondale came out. Not a big deal. Where's your beer at? So I feel good about B-Cats. He's been actually heading up to Nemacolin, hitting into the simulators for a couple weeks now. So that's big. He's never done that.
Yeah,
we're doing a little practice. He's going with his next door neighbor,
Michael George
up there to practice, and they're working on each other.
You're so funny. You said they're working on each other.
They're helping each other out with their drivers, and so what? So
oh, freak.
But I do feel good about B-Cats' game this year. This is the best I've felt about his game in a couple years, because now he's actually practiced going into the
into the tournament.
Pine Hills Invitational. So I'm excited for him.
And he's ready. I mean, the text he sends, he's like, I can't wait, y'all, for golf season, which is actually something he does regularly. So I'm excited for him this year. I know on my side of things, I got the Huntington Chef Ian Patrick Archer IPA with me this year. We never make it to the final good day round at Pine Needles. We always end up in the consolation round, but not this year. Not this year.
But the good thing this year, the consolation's over at Southern Pines, their new course. So
so it may behoove us to try to get the consolation so we can see the new course.
So you can see the new spot.
That's cool.
But IPA's in mid-season form. He played in the Mid Pines Invitational. You know, in Huntington, the weather is absolutely gorgeous in Huntington, West Virginia. And he made his way out there to Esquire to dial his game in, his layup shots. So yeah, dude. I mean, it's been a pretty crazy ride the last year. You know, we had some incredible guests that we never would have thought we would have had. I mean, and then we got guests that are in the hopper that are badass. So we're going to continue to bring the content to you. You know, keep telling your friends, your family to listen in and tune in to us, because we really appreciate it. The last year, who would have thought, Bud, that somebody was buying our T-shirts?
I know, Bud. Even if it's only 3 or 4 at a time. I mean, it's nice to know that the brand's out there, eh?
I mean,
and Holderness, I mean, they keep coming hot with the swag, and it's incredible.
Somebody told me the other day that they've never listened to our podcast, which...
Who said that?
I can't disclose. Never listened to our podcast, but they like our logo so much they bought a word sweater.
That's great, man. Thank you for not listening, so you're not going to hear this thank you, but thank you. And for supporting us, naturally. But State of the Union. Let's do a little State of the Union for Chasin Birdies. We are in the process right now of coming out with a really, really cool modernized website being built right now. The website will be a tool for you folks to get to learn more about us, who we are as humans, what we do outside of golf, outside of podcasting, and also be able to be a more beneficial way to buy merchandise. We'll be able to link up the beer. So kind of working on that right now. We're building out our guest list for 2022. We have some great potentials lined up right now for future episodes, and our partnership with Nemacolin has never been stronger, I feel. Us being able to utilize that as a form of A, marketing, and B, for the guests to come.
100%. Can't thank them enough.
There's no podcast out there that has that like we do. I mean, granted, you know, these other quote-unquote golf podcasts have done really well for themselves, and I love it. But we have the ability now to bring a guest in for a couple days, play 2 fabulous golf courses, 5-star resort. It's phenomenal. I mean, just ask Colt Ford or Josh Miranda. They love it. So it's kind of where we are right now in terms of Chasin Birdies. But let's take a little bit of a look back in the year. You know, and as we are dropping this episode, we got the good old Arnold Palmer Invitational going on right now this weekend.
Who won that last year? DeChambeau?
DeChambeau took it down last year. Good golf coming on.
He hasn't taken much down since then, bud.
And then, you know, next week, obviously, is the Players' Championship, so that's always good 2-week stretch of golf.
So for you with the Bay Hill Invitational, if you were a betting man, which you are, who are you liking right now?
I think I'm probably gonna lean on JT. I think that course sets up well for him. I don't know what his odds are at this point in time, but Justin Thomas, Cam Smith, love that kid. Love him. And I don't know, man. I think it's going to be some big namer out there. I mean, what's that cat that won the a couple months ago there at Pebble Beach? Tom Hoagie?
Yeah, Tim Hoagie.
Tim Hoagie, man. I mean, a cat like that comes out of the blue.
Is it Tom?
Tim or Tom? 2015 interview. They were interviewing Tiger Woods after the, I think, Wyndham Championship. And Tiger was being paired up with Hoagie, I believe, in the final round, and they're like, do you know who this Hoagie guy is? And he's like, nope, never heard of him, never seen him.
Now he knows him.
I'm
actually going to go out on a limb. You're going to love my pick.
Yeah, what is your pick?
I think Ricky Fowler is going to break out that week and win for the first time in what seems like years. I think I'm going to go with Ricky, to Big Dick Rick, to win the Bay Hill Invitational. And that's who I'm going to go with. And then, for the players, that's so up in the air because it doesn't matter who's leading. You go into 17, 18, your whole round can be flipped.
I know.
So
on that course?
I'm staying off that one, but I'm going with Big Dick Rick, Ricky Fowler for the Bay Hill Invitational to take it home. And then my sleeper. I'm sleeping on him right now. I don't know who to say. I mean, that's the thing. I just think Ricky's gonna. I guess Ricky's my sleeper.
Yeah, a great approach.
So he's my sleeper.
Yeah, he's your sleeper
because he's been sleeping for a couple years.
But he hit a shot at the Phoenix Waste Management Open, left-handed under a cacti. Perfect swing. Like, have you ever tried to hit a golf ball left-handed?
Yes. Terrible.
I mean, he took the club, turned it upside down, and swung left-handed and freaking piped it. Good for him. Yeah, he needs to win. But he's winning off the course. Ricky, you're winning off the course. We all know that. So
yeah,
good for you.
So that's what's shaking down this week.
Hey, bud, let me ask you a question. Over the last 365 days, what has been your favorite recording moment with Chasin Birdies? Anything come to mind?
Moment or moment. For us, we've been fortunate enough to interview a lot of cool people. We've even had friends on.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, I think that was probably the coolest moment is to have our friends on at the Pete Dye member guest. Just chirp each other. We had
we did an RV.
Yeah, an RV with a couple friends. So I think that was the coolest to actually bring our friends in, hang out, talk, get them on the pod. I think that was the coolest thing to share that with them.
Yeah, that I would have to agree. That's definitely up there. I think for me, it was the moment before we interviewed Annika Sorenstam. We're sitting in my kitchen, and we're like, fuck, we're about to talk to Annika.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, meanwhile, she's never done a podcast before.
Mm-hmm.
So the adrenaline that I felt in that moment of time was like, oh, my heart rate was up. But
are you sure it's from that or?
Yeah, it was. My blood was flowing everywhere. But that moment was, for me, like one moment that I do remember vividly how that felt to interview Annika. But the funness of the Pete Dye member guests with Tango, JR, Muscles, and that whole crew. I mean, getting Parker out there to shoot some footage on the course. That was fun, man. And then looking a little bit further ahead to now, thinking the Lynx Brewing situation, that's been a really fun.
That's been an awesome experience.
Because, you know what I mean?
I think the thing, too, that Lynx Brewing needs to be commended on is that when we, met, their number one thing was we don't want to put the Chasin Birdie logo on a beer we already have. We actually want you guys to decide what kind of beer is going to be the Chasin Birdies beer.
Yeah.
It's based off our favorite beer outside of this, the Duck Hook out of Pinehurst, the Blonde Ale. So we did a Blonde Ale with them, and they brewed it, and we came in and tested it, and right off the first shot, they got it.
Oh, my God. It's like...
It was so good.
It's like they teed up on a first hole, and they did not even look left or right of the fairway. They just hit it.
So that was really cool to be actually a part of that and have the ingredients in front of us. go through the label process. We picked the label out. Really cool. So I think that was really neat to see how that went from start to finish. And now it's going to be in different golf clubs across Western PA and some bars. And it's going to be cool to see people with that lime green label. And don't think for a second I won't walk over to them and tell them who we are.
You'll be like, hey, you know
that, bud?
Yeah, that's our beer. By the way, I'm Jonathan. I was a 50% member of Chase. I am a 50% member of Chasin Birdies. White Balls LLC technically owns Chasin Birdies.
White Balls.
And that beer is our beer, and it's great. So shout out to that. All right, so
real quick.
Good.
Real quick. What was your over the last year that we've played golf, gone on vacations, etc. What was your favorite golf moment personally over the last 365 days?
Like outside of Chasin Birdies?
Anything. Chasin Birdies. Tournaments. I know you're quite the tournament player, so
dude,
I don't know if you want any pro shop credit or what.
Yeah, a little cash here and there. But no, I think probably for me, all of our member guests that we play in. I mean, granted, we won the Pikewood National member guest, so that was exceptional.
Oh, we won.
Yeah,
we won that. Yeah, that's
W.
Right.
Pete Dye member guest is always great. Not too stoked this year about the Pete Dye member guest date. I got to be honest with you, with it happening at the end of May, end of June. I like kind of just a June, October feel. But hey, it is what it is. We'll adjust. We'll rally the troops. But back to your question, for me, I think the winning the member guest is just a phenomenal feat for us, bud. I mean, we are professional member guesters, and we've accomplished something that very few of our friends can ever say they've done, especially on that course. I mean, bud, could you imagine Muscles and BK out there, or Muscles and JR or Tango coming down the stretch in a shootout, and we go 3 under par?
Well,
aggregate.
Well, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is,
4 under.
The member we were 4 under.
Yeah. All right.
Not a big deal. But a lot of people get shots in these member guests. So technically speaking, we have a lesser chance to win in a shootout of 3 accumulated holes because, we did each get a shot on 10. Other than that, we don't get shots. I mean, bud, we were leading by 1 with somebody still getting 2 shots on the last hole.
Yeah, I know.
A person.
I know.
I mean, he makes a 4 for 2. He flips the script, and we lose by 1.
It's game over. And we're back to...
But,
so...
That was a cool moment.
That was a great moment. Also, I got to tell you, one of my favorite, funniest things that I've fucking seen this past year with you was at Sea Island. When that ship was, stuck out in the ocean, and we were trying to interview Trocheck from the hotel room, and we're talking about this ship that's just
yeah.
I mean, it's just stuck out. It's capsized, turned over, and all the cars fell into the ocean. Something about that shit just had me cracking up, man. I mean, I feel bad that
3,000 cars.
Yeah, 3,000 cars with now no homes to go to. But that was a great memory there. But
that was good.
And then you coming out to Colorado, bud. We could go on for hours. All right, you coming out to Colorado. I was in Colorado for a month this summer, but you came out. We hiked. We recorded a little podcast. We did some work. And so that was cool, man. So thank you. Now I'm excited for season 2 of Chasin Birdies, and this little banner session here is a great way to start it off. So on that note, what was your favorite recording moment, or your favorite episode, I should say, because I already asked you the other question. You got to have a favorite episode, bud.
My favorite episode, I would say, was probably Phil Bork. And a lot of people might not know him. The stories were hilarious. The shit he was telling us was awesome.
Yeah.
But I also really enjoyed, obviously, Colt Knost because of who he is, the PGA Tour stories that he has, the interview stories that he has, because his, Golf Subpar, the successful podcast they have, it's really cool to see how successful you can potentially be in something like this. So I'd say Phil Bork was hilarious to me.
Mm-hmm.
Colt Knost was probably the coolest.
Yeah, that was cool because he had the whole tour caliber, whatever. But it's funny to see our progression, though, as we started off early last spring in 2021, with Vince, Merrill Hodge, and Drake White. The progression in terms of how we kind of handle some interviews now as opposed to then, it's been kind of cool to see that growth. And I think those interviews are great. I mean, Vince is still probably the most because it...
Don't.
I mean...
He doesn't need to hear that.
Well... because it was the first launch, so everyone just piled on and listened to it. But
well, maybe we'll get Vince again over in Ireland, boys.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have him over in Ireland with us playing some golf. Maybe we do it from the Guinness factory.
Yeah, bud. How about some of them? I've never had a Guinness.
I've never had a Guinness either, bud.
So there we go. It's too fucking dark for me, man. I need like a lighter
everybody
beer.
says it's not dark though.
It looks like chocolate milk when you pour it in a cup.
So they say that I just talked to Troch about this the other day. He's told me, he said he can't believe I've never had one. So he won't be able to believe that you didn't have one either. But he said what we'll do is Friday when we're wheels up, we're going to have a Guinness in the airport.
All right.
And then, because they say it tastes differently in Ireland.
Doesn't Guinness have a like little like ball in the bottom of the can or something? There's a beer like that.
That's in the bottom of your sack.
Well, yeah, but this is like a marble or some shit.
I don't think there's marbles in that.
Colt Ford, though, for me, episode was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy is an absolute gem. Love him. All our guests, I love all of them. But the point is, Colt Ford's episode for me was like, it just brought life full circle, man. Connecting golf to work, to entrepreneurship, to positivity. It's what Chasin Birdies is. That's why the show was called the epitome of Chasin Birdies.
Right.
So,
yeah, I think, all our friends, all our family, employees, everything, everyone's been chasing birdies. The more that you look at it, the more it makes sense, right? Everyone in their life is chasing birdies in some aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is really cool to see. And, the merchandise that we're coming out, it's going to have less of the word podcast on it. It's going to be more chasing birdies, which is really cool because, that's a brand. The logo is really catchy, and we have a ton of hats coming from Puka headwear. And we have a bunch of different styles, colors. We did your favorite orange and blue, a little green for the Thundering Herd.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a lot of stuff in the hopper for 2022. And I know that we got member guests. I mean, this is an easy life to live.
So the Ireland
Our life is stupid though. I mean, you listen to Pat McAfee, somebody like Pat McAfee, he says it all the time. Like, my life is dumb, bro. And our lives are dumb.
It is ridiculous. I mean, here we are on our way to Pinehurst, air travel without security. All right. Read between the lines. So it's like, that is in itself awesome, right? And hey, you got a podcast, you got a beer, but you are chasing birdies in life.
But how excited were you whenever Jeff Becker from Lynx Brewing texted us and said, we're in Nemacolin?
That was so cool, man. In that moment, I knew that we had done something positive. It's great.
We have a beer, bud.
So
Cat's going to go down to his basement, grab a Chasin Birdies blonde out one night.
Yeah, bud.
And he's going to think about us.
I hope so. I hope our website's on the can too. But at the end of the day, people will get it. So yeah, man, it's been fun with you, bud. And I just look forward to more.
So
real
quick,
let's keep going, man.
Well, let's do a we do a tap-in segment with everyone else. I think we should do a little tap-in segment with you.
Yeah, that'd be great because I'm really decisive.
Lowest score and where?
Well, I shot 66 in the Pete Dye Club Championship like in 2014 or 15, but I signed a scorecard for 67. So it did not affect me because I signed incorrectly for the higher score. But actually, in all actuality, I was 6 under par.
Okay, so
I actually made a 2 on number 8. That helped me. That was 3 under on that hole.
Dream foursome.
Well, you asked me that kind of the other day. I think definitely Tiger Woods. Probably Tiger. Oh, damn, dude. I would like to throw in a rocker in there somewhere. Just a good classic rocker like a Mick Jagger.
There you go. Okay.
Just to get him. So me, Mick Jagger, Tiger Woods, and let's just say Freddie Couples.
Very nice. Okay.
What about
favorite on-course drink?
I don't really drink on a golf course, but if I were to drink on a golf course, probably a cold beer, Chasin Birdies Blonde Ale, or a little Tito soda and lime.
Mm-hmm. All right, last one.
Mm-hmm.
Dream golf course to play.
Dream golf course to play. Damn. I know Cypress would be killer. Obviously Augusta, but
everybody says
Augusta, but
okay, you're not going to get there. So let's I
know. I don't know.
Like Butler's or what?
No, Butler's in Elizabeth, PA. I'm thinking Duck Hollow in Uniontown. No, I just would like to play a golf course that's kind of in the mountains.
Yeah.
So that's not a dream course to play on. It's just a dream scenery.
Okay.
To play on.
Cool. Good.
Was that good?
Yeah, it's all good.
I mean, did I mess it up?
I mean, yeah, it's great.
So, what's your dream course?
My dream golf course would probably be, I'd say Cypress too. I mean,
yeah, you have to.
Yeah, Cypress or Grove 23 right now at this point.
There you go. That's what the boys need to do. We got to get them all together and go down to Stream Song or do something like that. How's your workout regime coming? You looking good, bud? I'm serious.
It's going well, bud.
Well, you said you only ate a protein bar today. Now you're hungry.
Yeah, well, I'm like,
it looks good.
I just ate cardboard. Give me a Big Mac. Like, that's where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's going good.
What are you people most excited about this year? Let us know if you want. I know we have like 980 followers on Instagram, so maybe post after this episode and tell us what you're most looking forward to this golf season.
Or what guests do people want to see? We've never guessed. Tell us who you want us to interview. Odds are we'll probably get them.
Yeah, just let us know. We love to deliver to your needs and wants out there. Well, our next episode is a NFL Hall of Famer.
If you drive around Chicago, you see some billboards. The guy's a mountain biker.
Loves mountain biking.
Played football for a couple years.
Played football. Never won a Super Bowl.
Takes a lot of shits like me.
Absolutely.
So our next guest is Brian Urlacher.
Yeah, that's sicko right there.
So it was a dynamite episode, and can't wait to bring it to your ears. We want to thank our sponsors, Bettinardi Golf, Lynx Brewing, Holderness and Bourne, Nemacolin, and 44 Concierge.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for sticking by us for the last 365 days. And we really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, we do appreciate it.
So let's roll it on over.
Let's roll it all over. To where? We're out, but we got to get to the first tee. And I hope you all enjoy this first week of March here.
That was a plan.
Yeah, there it was. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Simpler Media, for putting this together. Thank you, Rachel London, for your help. Thank you, Parker Shepard, P. Shep Media. Check them out online for providing some content on this episode and future episodes. We look forward to being more of a entertaining factor to your eardrums in 2022. And again, thank you all for listening. Go chase it.